Hello, people of God. This is episode 27. This is my Jacob's Way TV, and I am Dupi Singer. Yes, I promised that I was going to correct myself if I made a mistake in the last episode. Sister Fumi Shogbeson, I am so sorry I missed your name, but I am calling it properly now. Sister Fumi Shogbeson was a third person that met me on the road and did not laugh at me, prayed for me, and went away. One morning, as I was going to the bush, I stopped over at a pharmacy near my house to buy some medications. The owner of the pharmacy, the pharmacist, I knew her earlier that she was a pharmacist that owned the place. She put her two legs on the chair. She was doing her Bible study in the morning. Her Bible was open. I spoke to her. She didn't, and she was just using her head to answer me. I could see pride in all of her. The way she answered me that day, I didn't like it. I eventually bought what I wanted to buy and left the pharmacy. Immediately I got inside the car, driving myself to the bush. I said to the Lord, can you see how proud that woman is? She's very proud. Even though she's doing her morning devotion and she has the Bible in front of her, how could she treat a customer of hers like that? I had this anger in me. Well, subtle though. I was not happy with her. I was upset. I kept saying to the Lord, you see how people are. So I eventually got to the bush. I parked my car. Now I had already cleared a portion of the bush, and I will tell you how the clearing came about. I cleared the portion of the bush, and whenever I got inside the bush, I will still take the axe and I will still spread the flowers on the road. As I was spreading the flowers, this was a part of Lagos State where in those days, if you're looking for fresh corn, if you're looking for very fresh corn, that's where you get it. So there were so many women around that side that were selling fresh corn. But that day was a bit unusual. A woman had brought a bag of corn, but she had not spread the corn for customers to see and know how to buy. She was not even there. But I already knew how they sold their corn. I knew what number of corns will sell for how much. I cannot remember exactly now. So as I spread my own flowers, I usually would dress beautifully to the bush. I dressed well to the bush. I wore my best as it were. So as I finished spreading my flowers, a car parked beside the corn, and the driver of the car, there was a woman behind that was being chauffeur driven, and the driver said to me, beckoned at me and said, hey, come here. I looked at the side. I looked at the other side. I realized it was me that he was shouting at. I said, what, can I help you? He said, come and sell corn. Come. What are you standing there doing? Come and sell corn. I said, I first of all looked at myself looked at myself from head to toe. And I wondered if I dressed like a corn seller. I ignored him and I was walking in. And he still shouted, come and sell corn. Where is she going to? Then I looked at him and I shouted back at him. And I said, do I look like a corn seller to you? Do I look like a counselor to you? He said, what is the difference between you and the counselor? Of course, that made me very upset. I ignored him and I walked back to my desk in the bush. I sat down and I said to the Lord, can you imagine? That man was calling me a counselor. Can you imagine? What kind of a nonsense is that? And the Lord said to me, all the way you drove from near your home, from your neighborhood to this bush, which is quite a long distance, you were complaining to me about the pharmacist in your neighborhood. You were telling me how proud she was. And the Lord said to me, are you yourself not proud? I said, Lord, how? He said, what makes you think that you're better than the counselor? What makes you think you're better than the counselor? I said, but I'm not a counselor. He said to me, but you know how those people sell their corn. He said, I am the Lord of all, and I do not discriminate against anybody. If you had been humble, you would have gone to help that woman to sell her corn, and when she will be back, she will be so happy that even before she returned to her place of business, somebody had been very kind to her. The Lord said to me, that is the kind of spirit I expect you to have, not to have a haughty spirit, a spirit that says, I'm not a counselor. Are you better than the counselor? Of course. And remember, I had complained about the pharmacist in my neighborhood. I told the Lord, see how proud she was. And the Lord had told me, you were complaining about another person, not knowing that you also have a worse pride than that woman. Before I go on to the next episode, I want you to know that even though the Lord took me to the bush as a way of humbling me and putting me in the backside of the wilderness where I could meet with him and fellowship with him, and where he could teach me a lot of things, where he can train me. But I also believe that my being in the bush was a kind of punishment. You say, wow, how? When Nebuchadnezzar had to go to the bush, what was it for? Was it not for punishment? You see, we will get to a point where the Lord asked me, for how many years has he been waiting for me? The Lord asked me, when I was complaining about staying too long in the bush, he once asked me, do you know how long I have been waiting for you? Go and calculate it, because you can get it. And when I calculated it, it was a complete 18 years. So, if the Lord has been looking for you for 18 years, and you have been going in and out and behaving as if you are smarter than God, do you know how a rat runs around in the house playing hide and seek with you? Oh my Father. Rats? That's how many of us are. And when finally you catch the rat, you know what to do. Of course, it didn't kill me, but it wanted to show me that you just wasted your time, and you think you wasted a bit of my time. I know how to deal with you. I know where to put you. And I know how to remove that spirit of pride from you and replace it with the spirit of humility. I tell you, it was tough on my flesh then, but today I am grateful that God passed me through that fire. Am I saying I'm perfect? Am I saying that I'm the best? No. He's still passing me through more fire. You know the song that says, I'm pressing on towards a highway. It said, Lord, lift me high and let me sing. Higher way, higher way. Every day the Lord is looking for how to make you get to the higher way and move up higher. When you get to your comfort zone, it says, daughter, come up higher. There is a better place that you can come. But everybody likes to be in the comfort zone. I'm grateful that God passed me through. I tell people, apart from training, it was also punishment. And I'm also asking you, how many years has God been looking for you? Have you been dodging God like you are a rat and behaving as if He cannot catch you? You will pay for it one day. I tell you with interest. How do you think I got to be 21 years in the bush? Go and do your calculation well. 18 years, I got a bit of interest with it. This is still Jacob's Way, my Jacob's Way TV, and I'm Dupi Singer. This is episode 27, and I look forward to seeing you in episode 28. We are moving on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for hitting the notification bell. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for praying along. God bless you. I love you. Bye-bye.